take a massive collective deep breath right now. We are officially at the halfway point of this excruciating hiatus week, and I know I am not the only one who is absolutely starving for new episodes. Surviving on these repeat broadcasts from June 29 to July 3 has been an emotional roller coaster. But let me tell you something right now. The upcoming week of July 6 to July 10 is promising to deliver so much explosive drama that it is going to make this entire wait completely worth it. The producers are setting us up for a massive emotional payoff, and I am literally shaking just thinking about what is about to go down in Fairmont Crest. Let us take a long, hard look back at the specific moments the network chose to highlight during these rerun episodes, because we all know that in the soap world, absolutely nothing is done by accident. The Friday repeat episode heavily featured Naomi and Jacob Hawthorne, specifically focusing on them remembering their wedding anniversary while being forced apart. Watching them imagine being together, desperately trying to cope with the harsh, cold reality of their current separation, was incredibly heartbreaking. It was so poignant and so raw. You could literally feel the agonizing distance between them. And it is exactly this painful separation, this desperate yearning for his wife, that is driving Jacob's absolute, relentless obsession with breaking the illegal plasma ring. Jacob is a man on the absolute edge of his sanity right now. He is carrying the crushing weight of severe PTSD and the unbearable survivor's guilt from watching his best friend Derek Baldwin take a bullet for him. Jacob is out there, risking his life, diving deeper into a dangerous undercover persona, and going rogue against his own father, Police Chief Elon Hawthorne, all because he wants to destroy the impaler and the plasma ring that has torn his life apart. He believes that if he can just finish this mission, he can finally return to the pure, untainted love he shares with Naomi. But oh, my friends, the tragic irony here is just too much to handle. Why do you think the producers specifically chose to air that exact Friday rerun? Why show us the beautiful, nostalgic memories of Jacob and Naomi's early love story right now? I will tell you exactly why. It is a psychological setup. It is an absolute masterstroke of evil genius by the writers. They wanted to remind us of the pure, foundational love that these two share, because next week they are going to rip it to shreds. The spoilers for next week reveal that Naomi is going to sit down with her mother, Dani Dupree, and completely break down, sharing some incredibly dark and heavy truths about her marriage. The contrast between the pure anniversary memories and the devastating reality of Naomi's current deception is going to be absolutely jarring. Is anyone else screaming at their screen right now? Naomi is absolutely terrified. And honestly, she should be. She's paralyzed by the fear that her massive, months-long deception is going to permanently alter the fundamental fabric of their love. She has been lying to Jacob's face for months, and the guilt is visibly eating her alive. The biggest question burning in my mind right now is, will Jacob ever be able to forgive her for this? We are talking about a man who is already mentally and emotionally fractured. He is holding on to his love for Naomi as his only lifeline to sanity. If he finds out that his lifeline is built on a foundation of lies, it might be the final blow that completely breaks him. And let us talk about the absolute mind-boggling hypocrisy of this entire situation. Can we please remember that it was Naomi who laid down the ultimate non-negotiable rule for their marriage? She was the one who looked Jacob in the eye and demanded absolute honesty. She set the strict no lies policy for their relationship, demanding complete transparency. And yet, what does she do? She turns around and hides one of the most significant, life-altering pieces of medical information a person could possibly receive. Are you kidding me, Naomi? You cannot demand absolute truth from your husband while you are harboring a secret that affects both of your futures. The official promo for next week shows Naomi finally hitting her breaking point and confessing that she tested positive for the BRCA gene. This is not just some little white lie. This is a massive life or death revelation. This is a kind of news that changes the entire trajectory of a family's future. Naomi has realized that she simply cannot keep this toxic secret buried any longer. Her love for Jacob, despite her misguided attempt to protect him while he was dealing with the plasma ring trauma, will not allow her to let these secrets continue to suffocate their marriage. But let me tell you, when she finally drops this absolute bombshell, the shockwaves are going to decimate the entire family. My heart is already shattering into a million pieces for Anita Dupree. Can we just take a moment to think about what this is going to do to her? Anita literally just received the greatest news of her life from Dr. Bauer. She just celebrated the end of her grueling battle with breast cancer. She had her clear scans, she was rejoicing with Vernon, and she was so incredibly relieved, truly believing that the nightmare was over and that none of her beautiful granddaughters carried the dreaded BRCA gene. She thought they were all safe. When Anita finds out that Naomi has been carrying this positive diagnosis in secret for months, she is going to be absolutely devastated. The level of torment and survivor's guilt that is going to crash down on Anita will be unbearable to watch. She's going to feel like she somehow passed this terrible curse onto her granddaughter. The pure joy of her own cancer-free diagnosis is going to be instantly wiped out, replaced by the terrifying realization that Naomi now has to face the exact same horrifying medical journey. I am telling you right now, grab your tissues, because the scenes between Anita and Naomi are going to absolutely wreck us. And then we have the ultimate wild card in this entire messy equation, Dani Dupree. How on earth is Dani going to handle this devastating, earth-shattering news from her daughter? Dani is already a walking, talking disaster zone right now. She is currently drowning in a sea of guilt and panic over that incredibly steamy, panic-induced hookup with her ex-husband, Bill Hamilton, while they were trapped in the country club elevator during the tornado. Dani's judgment is completely compromised right now, and she is desperately trying to hold her current life together. When Naomi drops this BRCA bombshell on her, what is Dani's first instinct going to be? Is she going to run straight to Bill with this news? After all, Bill is Naomi's father. It is completely natural that a mother and father would want to come together and lean on each other when their child is facing a severe medical crisis. But we all know what happens when Dani and Bill lean on each other. The lines get blurred, the history bubbles up to the surface, and before you know it, they are crossing boundaries they swore they would never cross again. If Dani and Bill use Naomi's medical crisis as an excuse to bond and rely on each other for emotional support, I am calling it right now. This will be the absolute definitive end of Dani's romance with Andre Richardson. Andre is already on high alert. He already overheard Dani and Vanessa whispering about an affair, and even though Vanessa tried to cover it up with some ridiculous lie about an old lady counting cards at the casino, Andre is not stupid. He knows his wife has been acting incredibly strange and panicked ever since the tornado. He is already suspicious, and his protective instincts are activated. If Andre sees Dani gravitating back toward Bill, the man who constantly disrespects their relationship, the man who still calls Dani baby in public, Andre is going to lose his mind. He is not going to stick around and play second fiddle to Dani's toxic history with her ex-husband. And let's not forget the absolute insanity that is Haley Hamilton. Haley is literally slowly poisoning Bill to death for his life insurance money. If Haley sees Bill and Dani getting close again over Naomi's health crisis, she might just accelerate her murderous timeline. The stakes have literally never been higher, and every single character is standing on a landmine. I am so incredibly invested in this storyline, and I need to know what you guys think. Do you think Jacob is going to forgive Naomi for this massive betrayal of their no lies rule? Do you think Dani is going to ruin her marriage to Andre by running back to Bill in her time of grief? And how much more heartbreak can poor Anita take? Drop your craziest theories in the comments down below, because I want to read every single one of them. Do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a single update from Fairmont Crest. We are going to get through this hiatus together, family. Stay beautiful, stay dramatic, and I will see you all in the next video.